Amagbot says, scene switched to IRL phone.
Hello.
Bilavox Cloud.
Oh man,
Ironfish JMP0 says, hi Amago.
I'm so confused about what's been going on in chat. I don't understand the 6-7 thing. I mean, not the 42 thing. Maybe I just need to think more, but I'm very confused right now. Hi Fish, hi Let's Go. How are you both doing? Hope you're both having a nice day.
Maintenance and
Let me check and see. Let's see. Oh, look at all the little trees they planted. They did a bunch over here also. I guess it's kind of clearing. They're gonna like plant trees in the whole thing. Alright, ads are probably over. So welcome everyone that's watching ads. All I've done is just walk from the parking lot right over there down to here. And hi Laskel, I don't know if you could hear me before or not.
Amagbot says, ads are
I'm
over.
confused about the 6, 7, and 42 thing, or whatever. I still haven't gotten it. Maybe I should go reread it, but this chat doesn't have it. Oh, I see. Okay. TTF's is reading it quite different than, made it sound quite different than what it is.
Ironfish JMP0 says, SMH you are lacking culture. Mr. Winnie.
Hi, Mr. Winnie Cat. I'm lacking culture. I mean, I know about 6-7 because of you, Fish. Because you sent me that video, or put it in my Discord, and I watched it. I probably mostly still just wish I didn't know about it. What? I've never seen, I know that's a movie, but I've never seen Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy. It was, yeah. And 6-7 is basically brain rot. Like people were telling me during that stream. But, you know, kind of interesting also. You know, I mean, maybe not brain rot, really. I don't know. I'm waiting for 6 8. I mean, yeah, that's true. When is that going to become a thing? Really, this is a great place to sit down. I forgot to put my iPad on my Wi-Fi, so, and this connection I'm streaming on is going to go out in a little bit, probably. This is a great place to do that. Book is better. Wait, is a book also? Sorry, I meant 5-part trilogy. Oh, the book series is probably the best version. Interesting. I didn't know there was books either, but that makes sense because a lot of movies are made after books. So they had books, and they made movies after them, I assume. Books are better, book came first. Okay, that's what I figured. Because I feel like usually there's movies made after books, not books made after movies. That's weird, my iPad turned itself off. Maybe the button got pressed in a backpack. Like it wasn't connected, like using internet, but it wasn't even turned on. Alright, now we're good. Oh, and I got chat to keep catch up with after my TTS stopped working because that phone doesn't have any internet. Basically. Alright. Hello. Bye. First was actually the radio show, and then books started. Then there was a TV show, then more books, then another radio show, then more books, and finally a movie. Oh, I didn't realize that was that much stuff. But I've heard about it a lot, like it's popular, so I guess that makes sense if there was that many different things. It's a really popular like series or whatever. Oh wait, I was thinking I was gonna do the loop and come back this way because I think that's kind of fun. More fun, so I'll go walk the hill first. Or just, I don't know, maybe not more fun, just how I went to walk today. At a park near... I'm at a park in Bellevue. I don't know what else to tell you. But that did remind me I don't have the app on. So let me turn that on. If it'll upload anything, because this phone doesn't have any service here. Thing, it says I don't have any internet. Usually there's some service here, but I think something is wrong with Verizon, or at least the tower here. When I looked at it okay, now it has internet. When I looked at it just a minute ago, it said 1 bar and just had an exclamation point. So I should show up on the map if you want to look. But it's near Cougar Mountain. I've streamed here one time before in the snow. Like, and the story between every version conflicts. probably won't read it, but I entire series I could send you. You can send it if you want. I can start reading it and decide if I want to read the rest or not. I end up like, at least looking at all the stuff you send me. Like, I watched that 6-7 video you put in Discord. It took me like 2 weeks before I got to it, but I watched the whole entire video. So, unless you mean that's like mega freaking boring, where I probably won't read any of it, but I wouldn't mind start. Oh, you mean so it doesn't ruin the whole? Probably wouldn't read that, but the like, what it's about basically. I misunderstand, but yeah, if you want to send it to me, I'll look at it. It might be interesting. But yeah, this is like basically north of Cougar Mountain, like up the road from one of the other trailheads I've walked from. So real quick, why is this? Oh, I never set this back up. No. Wait, let me log in a Twitch on this phone real quick and log it back, because I forgot that this wasn't working from the other day. It doesn't load. It's not authenticated where it doesn't load any of my well, why is this just not even working? Let me log in. The other day it wasn't authenticated, or it wasn't loading any events, which is a problem because my other phone isn't working. Now it won't let me relog in, so let me go restart the app real quick. Otherwise I don't have any way to read chat. Alright, sorry about that. I had some real problems. I logged out and then tried to log back in, and I couldn't do the two-factor authentication because that phone doesn't have. When I was trying to, Verizon just completely died, so I couldn't get text messages or anything. So I had to set up a hotspot on my iPhone and get it on it, so that there was internet to do something, and did all that. Yeah, it's weird. Usually Verizon doesn't work great for upload here, but it always works, like, because I've used it here. So I don't know what's going on today. It, like, is working part of the time, and then it'll just come up with, like, it'll still say I have service. It'll just come up and say, have like, an exclamation point, like there's something wrong. It's just something wrong, I guess, with this tower. It was working before I got here, like, on the way. Alright, did I miss anything? Okay, cool. I don't think I missed anything. If I did, chat didn't load the history, so I'm sorry if I missed something. This will be fine. I'm running a hotspot now on the phone I'm streaming on, which makes it overheat even more, but it's cool out here. Like, if I was in the car, it might be a problem, but it's cool here. So, cool enough today. And I don't have enough daylight to do a super long stream, so the battery pack will keep it charged in the phone's battery long enough if it's, extra power hungry. So I'll just leave it like this for right now. And then I get TTS because that's the app I was using on my other phone. And very cool. It has internet now through my iPhone. Oh, my legs are actually kind of sore. They were more sore yesterday from the squats I did the other day when I played Beat Saber. And they're not as sore today. Like, they were sore when I got up and I walked a little bit, and they were fine. But walking up a hill, I can feel them. Really the only place you can see through the trees super well. You can more once I get up the hill more. Yeah, I'll try to. I might read it tonight, fish, or maybe another day, depending on what I do the rest of the night. I've been having too much stuff to do last couple of days. Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't know. Okay. Well, I can start on it in a few days then. I don't know anything about it or how long what you were seeing me even is. Share the trail. Can you ride bikes here? Or just share it with like scooters and stuff? I think all trails at least shows some of these as bike trails. So that goes up and goes along through the woods. This parallels it, goes along the top of the clearing and runs into it. So I think I'll go this way. Last time I was here, I did the other one. And they both run back together, like down here. Ah, so here you have some misuse. Or you can see down the valley. That's the rest of the park. There's some ball fields over there. And then down around there. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is... Oh, okay, that's like a life thing. Because I read really slow. That's like... well, I can read like the first chapter or something and then decide if I even want to read anymore or not. I doubt I would read all of it, especially not being that long. 1,481 pages. 400 to 500 words per page. That is... yeah. A lot. Oh yeah, Mr. Winnie Cat, those trees during the bike stream a couple weeks ago, whenever that was that you were asking me what kind they were that I never figured out. Here's some more right here. I was talking about then, I don't really see them growing around like they're native. They're usually like in a row, like they've been planted. And it's like, here's some of them right here. I mean, these look like the same kind. They're really tall and slender, and they look like the same kind of leaves in the summer. And that's just 6 of them there in a row. So I usually see them like that. Like, I mean, they seem to grow here fine, but I don't really see them. Most of the trees out in the woods are not that tall and slender. And the only time, at least I remember seeing those, is when they're like planted in a row like that. Kind of like a hedgerow or something. I don't really see them that many places. There's some here, and then that river I was biking along has them planted all along it. And I've seen them a couple other places. Yeah, I think that day I was saying I've only really seen them planted in rows, and I remember that as an example. There's just 6 of them there. Oh. wonder how many. I've never kept up with any other series or anything. I don't actually really read any at all. There have been a few series that I've listened to on ebooks, like when I'm doing other stuff. Look, right here. Mountain lions and bears. This is like, they have the same signs at Cougar Mountain. I've never seen a mountain lion, but I have seen a bear, not on the trails at Cougar Mountain, but this other park right beside it. It's like basically the same wooded area, just different park. Is I think last April, that stream I did when I saw a bear. When I hiked up to that overlook. I think mountain lions just see you. You don't see them. Unless they want you to. But yeah, even like the series I've listened to on ebooks, I have no clue how many words they are. I've never like looked up any of them or anything. I thought I heard something. It's a squirrel right there, climbing up that tree. It's like, oh crap, he's coming for me. Better run. Wait, like the whole thing? The whole 250k words? I mean, 250k words sound like a lot. That sounds like way more than 17 hours. But I guess maybe it's not. I don't really have, like I said, I haven't looked up what words any books are, how many words. So I don't have a good feel for how much 250k words are. I guess it's not as much as I... Oh, okay. Did I half the speed of the average person? I probably read at least half the speed as the average person. So maybe we both read close to the same. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can read out loud faster than I can actually comprehend this stuff. Like, there's been some plaques and stuff that I've read on stream, and I try reading them fast, and then I read the thing, and then I'm kind of just like not even sure what I read. And I say all the words, like my eyes are seeing them, and I say the words, but I can't read that fast. And actually, I can't read that fast and actually comprehend what I'm reading. Like, I'm using all the brain power to read the words, and then there's nothing left to actually like listen to what I'm reading. Yeah, I mean, I just, said I mostly have only listened to ebooks. Basically, I haven't read anything since like school, other than like whatever random stuff I read on the internet, and or reading about like learning about something, like, but not like, I mean, I obviously read stuff every day, but not like books worth of stuff. All right, there we go. This should climb up higher. Yeah, it looks like this. I'm not connected to anything else, cell service, other than this phone. And AT&T was starting to cut out, which I remembered that here, like actually on the same hill. So I just switched service, but my other phone didn't have any service, so I guess it completely reconnected. I guess the other one, Verizon's still trash. But this should be good, hopefully. Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading some more stuff. I just have to have time for it. Or time when I can think for it more. It's kind of hard for me to get into reading. Most of the time, once Cheryl's home in the evening, she's usually like, well, I don't know. I don't have that much time to like sit down and read more than like maybe like 15 minutes before I'd get like interrupted or whatever. And then it's hard for me to get back into focusing on anything. Like I have some more stream stuff I've been trying to set up, but like it's the same way. I don't really end up spending enough time on it. When I can actually focus for like an hour on what I'm doing or two to like really get it done. Which is fine, I just need to, I don't know, get the stuff done in the afternoon or something. But I'm kind of backlogged on stuff that needs to get done when I can actually put brain power into it. And reading would go into that, category. The loop I was doing, I think it said it was 1.2 miles, but, well, part of the loop I was doing. I'm doing a loop that's slightly longer, because I'm gonna walk a little section of it twice. I'm kind of doing that loop plus another smaller loop that's bordering it. So probably like 1.5 miles might be what I'll end up walking. The paved part runs into the road right down here, and another trail cuts off. It's really cool. No, I can't swim. I can't walk, and I can't swim that far. Like, hi, Smokey. You want me to walk to Australia? Unfortunately, I can't. and definitely can't swim that far. How have you been? I hadn't seen you in a while. You see, this just goes down and ends into the road. And there's which actually, what time is it? I don't think I have time. There's another trail that goes kind of over on the other side of the road. You just have to go down here and walk down a little bit, I think, to get to a crosswalk, and then walk up a little bit. Let me go see. And it's like another extra mile or something. Come hang. I mean, it would be cool to visit Australia. I've never been there. I've been to the Dominican Republic. That's the only country I've been to outside the US. And that was a very long time ago. It'd be cool. I'd like to visit Europe also, see what it's like. So that just, maybe that's another place where the trail runs out that I'm thinking. No, I think you walk right up to here, and then the traffic light, and then there's a trail that cuts off. But it's 4:21. I don't know. If I do that, I would skip this part of the trail back here, which has these really, really cool moss-covered trees that hang over the trail. I think there's another trail that cuts back. I might consider doing that loop. If I think I have enough daylight to walk another mile. When you move to Europe, you'll have to come say hi then. That'd be fun. It's just, expensive to fly like across the ocean to like Europe or Asia or Australia or any place. I guess sometimes it's not that expensive. I don't know where it is. I don't really know where anything is other than like Sydney, and all the stuff is on the East Coast. I think Melbourne and Sydney are both on the East Coast, and that's basically where everybody lives in the whole country. Most of the population is, I think, about the most I know about Australia. Oh, so stream's gonna die when I walk down to this bridge, probably, and then you just walk back up a hill on the other side and it'll come back. At least it did that last time. You just walk down in a little ravine that a creek goes through. There's, at least last time, it was no cell service down here. Looks like today there is plenty of cell service down here. Funky. Surprised it's working down here. I've even said something about it twice and it hasn't died. Usually it at least dies once I say something. Maybe we can all visit at the same time. Coordinate our visiting. That could be fun. Alright, that's cool. The bit rate only barely lowered, and it was fine. Oh, in Australia? Like on the West Coast? I do think I remember you saying something about her going to Australia back like last year or year before or something. Isn't this the one that lived in Alaska for a while? And then she moved to Australia? Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you did after you said that. When I said, isn't this the one? And I was like, wait. As far as I know, she only has one sister. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just one sibling. Also. Youngest of 5. Dang. You actually have like a pretty large family. Oh, so they're like all spread apart a lot, all your siblings? It's actually kind of crazy being that far apart. Hello. Oh, this is where the tank part starts. All the moss and everything. Right here. I thought this was cool. Hello. Mm-hmm. So this is the cool part of the trail I want to show you. It's moss-covered trees, and they put, I guess they were falling over on the trail, so they put wood beams to hold them up. And I mean, they're tall enough I have to bend over to walk under them some. Kind of cool. This area is really mossy. It's like a Olympic Peninsula type of mossy trees, kind of. I guess it's just extra wet and dank here, seeing the ferns growing off of them. And it's kind of cool. Some of these go up and then they just like curve over back down and are almost laying on the ground. And they're just arched over the trail. And you can just kind of crouch down and walk under them all. Alright, we made it up to the picnic area. So the loop I was going to do, we're most of the way around. There's just one little short section. Let me go over here and sit down and see how much walking it would be to go over to that other trail. It is getting dark enough that it's going to start not looking as well, the stream, but it is only 4:30. I think sunset is at like right after 5, so I have about 30 minutes, and then it'll be, you know, not completely dark then. Ooh, also, I'm wearing my bike gloves today. I decided I'd try them and see how warm they kept my hands, because I can use this phone without taking them off. Every other pair of gloves I own, I have to, they'll work, some of them will work with the iPhone, but they won't with this Pixel. And I thought I'd see what it was like, just not having to take my gloves off at all the whole stream. And then, you know, these aren't the most comfortable with the, you know, you don't really need the padding and stuff if you're not riding a bike, but I could go try to buy me some other gloves with the, you know, nice cell phone things. I do need a pair of gloves that I don't have to take my gloves off to use my phone, because I end up taking them off a lot while I'm streaming, and then my hands get cold. And this is the only pair I have. It just happens to be the new bike gloves I have. And even my iPhone, I can't hardly, with my other gloves, I can't hardly pinch the screen and zoom it in and out. And it works really, really well with these. They're the thumbs are a little thick enough that I still end up fat fingering the wrong buttons. But, you know, it mostly works out. It's not perfect, but it's easier than taking my glove off and having to put it back on. Well, yeah, see, these work pretty consistently. I've done a bike stream and not had to take my glove off a single time to do anything with either phone. Like, there will be sometimes where it won't work the first touch, but I can just go touch the screen again and it'll work. Where those knit ones I've been using, the thumb and the finger, just like these, have things that work on the cell phone. But once my fingers get too cold, there's not enough heat that comes out, and you have to really press down on the screen hard. And these, I haven't ever at least wore them where they've gotten that cold, where they stopped working. So that's why I thought this would be a good test. So I actually can just go out from here, walk down to the other trail. Let's see. That is quite a bit of a walk, though. It says it's... Wait, that's more than I thought it was. The one on the other side of the road, it says it's 2.7 miles. Okay, never mind then. I can't walk 2.7 miles, plus have to walk up the sidewalk more to get back to the parking lot. Not unless I walk way faster than the, you know, average person. It says it takes an hour and 23 minutes to go 2.7 miles. I think I could walk 2.7 miles quite a bit faster than that, but maybe only twice as fast. I don't know. I haven't timed myself walking too much recently. So this is just a little picnic area. But you can walk out to the road here and go get on the other trails. But the other trail goes up that way a ways and then curves back and forth, I guess is why it's so long. And then it goes on down and runs back into the road past where this park is. So it doesn't seem like it'd be close to 2.7 miles. But I guess, you know, it's really curvy, windy. Yeah, I could come back here. That one's, oh wait, that's 2.7. That had it, wait, I'm an idiot. That wasn't the whole loop. That had it out and back. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. That's what's 2.7 miles. See, because it's really curvy. If you do this, where you do part of it and you just go walk back on the road, that's 1.9 miles. So I'd be doing that part and then walking back from there to there. So it'd be like probably 1.5 miles. 1.6. That's actually half the road. So probably like 1.5 or something. Still might not be quite enough time. I guess I will just save it. Because I was just still thinking, I was like, how is that 2.7 miles? And it's because I forgot I looked at the out and back and not the loop. I looked at both of them earlier. So we're going back this way into the woods again. Oh, it is starting to get dark enough that wide angle lens doesn't look as well. But I could do that another day, come back here again. If I want to do a longer loop, do that and cross the road and do, you know, this part of this trail again. There's another creek. Oh, Smokey, if you're still here, have you played Beat Saber recently? I was just kind of curious. Because that's how we, you know, knew each other from Beat Saber. And I mean, I still like Smoky Bacon maps. That's true, and then nicer to stream when it actually looks better. Or it's not so dark that the camera can't deal with the light. So this is pretty good. Bitrate has been. Since my other phone, I'm not using it. And I'm not using it as a hotspot. I don't have my tablet hooked up either, so I'm doing all this on just one cell connection. It dips down a little bit while I'm talking about it. But I've gone here before with my other modem even and had more problems than this. So I expected this to be like, part of it would be almost unwatchable. But it's been fine. It's funky. This side looks like a bunch of trees that have grown together. Kind of. I guess maybe it's not. There are a lot of trees I saw over on the peninsula that literally look like lots of trees grown together. That might just be kind of the roots coming down and the dirt has washed away from it. For how much it slopes up, it looks like it used to be more in the dirt. Oh, freaking ads. Right, so that is the other trail I went by earlier at Cutoff. And then if I did that and turned right, I'd go along the top of the hill again. I'm going to go down this way. And walk this part of the trail that I did earlier again, and then walk the boardwalk part. I'll go over here and hang out on the bench while the ads run. Looks like they still have the Christmas trees beside it. They like decorate this bench up for holidays. Like I've seen it around Halloween. We'll have like pumpkins and stuff like jack-o'-lanterns around it. And I guess these are the Christmas decorations that are still there. Oh, there the ads go. Historic view of Cougar Mountain taken in 1921. Huh. It like, most of it didn't have trees on it then, or most of this hillside. Yeah, overlay says I've done 1.5 miles. I guess I did say this was like 1.2 and I was doing more walking, so I guess that makes sense. I wonder. Alright, I should be over. Cool. Welcome back, everyone that was watching ads. Oh, I'm dropping the phone. So I was wondering, while I was sitting here, I was checking YouTube. So I tried. YouTube will let you do her horizontal and vertical streaming now. So it's like you can do the without actually, encoding it twice. So I checked that. So it's supposed to be both ways. So then you like show up in the shorts feed also. I just wanted to see if, anybody clicked on that or anything. I don't know how you find it though. When you go, I was looking at that last night trying to find some people that were streaming like that. If I go on my channel, it just still shows up as horizontal. I assume to get to the vertical one, you just actually have to happen upon it on the shorts feed. I was kind of wondering that. Because according to it, it's streaming both of them. I was just curious about how you find it. And you can mine. You can do that, or you can. If I decide to keep doing both, I might see if my computer can handle encoding 3 streams instead of 2, like it already is, and encode it differently off of a different canvas. So I can, like, the way I have it set up right now, if you're watching it in vertical, it'll like only show part of the HUD or whatever. Because what it does is just like cuts out like the center of this video or whatever, and just has, you know, shows that.
Okay, there you go. I will walk right next to you. Just use your feet.
And like for games and stuff, that doesn't work that great because it might just show the center of the screen, and you might want to show like over, so you have to render it, like encode it again. But on IRL streams, just seeing like the, you know, center is pretty much usually whatever I'm looking at. I point the camera directly at. Anyways, I was sitting there while ads ran, and then spent a little extra time looking at that. I was just, you know, kind of curious. Don't know what you're talking about regarding YouTube. You can ask Dad. Well, I know you're both probably watching it on YouTube, but I was just talking about it's showing up in Shorts feed, or like YouTube Shorts, which I doubt you've ever watched. But maybe so. Wow, this part of the trail is mega muddy, even with it being gravel. It just gets muddy right there when you start going down the hill. I like this part, the boardwalk. On down here, there's a little boardwalk part of the trail. That's why I thought I'd do a little loop and get a little more walking in and go around this way and just do that one part twice. You are here, right under where a glacier used to be, according to this. If you could have stood here 17,000 years ago, you'd be underneath a 3,000 foot glacier. Glacial ice flowed southward into Puget Sound and melted away multiple times during the last 2.6 million years. Glaciers aren't just made of ice. Trapped inside are sediments of all sizes, from tiny clay particles to huge boulders and everything in between. When a glacier melts, it leaves these sediments behind. The soil in which you're standing is called glacial till. Is one relic of this not so ancient history. Another is the boulder, referred to as a glacial erratic or something. How you think? I can't read. Right. Orienting far to the north, the ice literally carried it to where it now rests. So they're talking about this boulder right here. It's like they think a glacier left it here. But how did it get cracked like this? We aren't entirely sure, but it was likely damaged during this damage when this property was being cleared of rocks and stumps during its days as a working farm. Huh. I guess it's like cracked in half. You got it? Oh, reading the word correctly? Okay. It's just the top corner. Kind of little section is just cracked off. Well, that looks a lot better. It's too dark, I think, for wide angle. I didn't realize it looked that pixelated until it's happened. I've done that a few times. Went back and checked the VOD and it was like, man, that looked horrible. I shouldn't have been in wide angle lens. But like on my phone, the screen's so small, you don't really see when it starts getting pixelated. When the camera's, struggling. But like blowing up on a computer monitor, it looks, what I think looks fine, looks absolutely horrendous blowing up on a computer monitor. Like this is a little more wobbly, but better than, horrible quality. Like all the cattails. You don't see cattails that many places in Washington. It's not like that swampy compared to like Southeast. I think I've read that one before. He's just talking about how wetlands clean water. But yeah, you know how bad I am at wait. Look at the streaks in the sky. Oh, the kind of streaky clouds. There's been some funky clouds this winter compared to the normal, but this winter has been really weird. Like, it hasn't rained in 2 weeks straight, or almost 2 weeks straight. It's supposed to start raining tomorrow. I think I'd have to read again, but I saw an article, I think if it didn't rain today and it made it until tomorrow, that would break the record that was set in like 1963 for the longest dry spell in the winter. So it's like, I was saying this isn't normal to be this it was supposed to be sunny today and yesterday, and it's been cloudy both days, but it hasn't rained either day. Like, this boardwalk's all wet, but it's just because it's been dewing enough every night pretty much to get stuff wet, and then it doesn't really dry out. But it hasn't rained, at least not most of the metro area, or maybe any of it, in basically 2 weeks. And I think that's what the article was saying. If it didn't rain for the whole forecasted section, that would be a new record. The longest dry spell since 1963, which is just actually crazy. It's gonna be sad. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and then rain next 5 days. I got used to it not raining. I guess I will walk up this way. that way just goes by the playground and back up to the parking lot. And this way you can kind of walk around the ball fields. I wouldn't mind walking more since I hadn't walked much. Oh, I kind of want to play Beat Saber today and get some exercise, but I'm not planning on it unless I, at least not playing very long or streaming. I might try to tomorrow though. I'm theoretically starting my job on Thursday, but I don't actually know for sure yet. So, you know, I might stream Beat Saber tomorrow evening, depending on if I'm starting the next day and what time. If I do or not. I assumed Thursday I'd work I had assumed I'd work when my normal shift is going to be, but they're not actually open then yet. And I don't know if they even know. They're a bit of a train wreck. And so I don't know if they even know when people are working where or anything. Hardly right now. And I don't actually know if I'm starting, so yeah, Thursday, because hopefully it gets figured out soon. Well, they are really slow, so it took them like a week to actually put in all of my information to start the background check and stuff. And then they said they could have me start once that came back. So I'm working for I guess it's a huge company, and I mean, I can tell you who I'm working for, I guess, basically. It's called Compass Group. They do run the cafeterias and cafes in Microsoft and Amazon and Alaska Airlines, and I don't remember all the other companies do cafes and stuff. That's who I'll be working for. So it's not like a normal cafe on the street that you go to. It's one that just employees are basically are going to be going to, which I guess is better and or worse maybe. So anyways, they needed me to do a background check for them and the company I'm going to be inside their building. And I got an email for both of them, but the email for the other place looked like freaking spam. With the subject line and stuff, and I didn't open it because I don't open spam emails that I think are spam, and I get quite a few. And I looked today on my computer, and you could see there was a really long subject line being "Hi, we're reaching out to you," or something is how it was worded, and then it said for your background for you to complete or give us information for your background check. It's what it was worded. Well, when I looked at it on the phone, because I did the other one on my phone, because it was like last week when I was going over to Olympic National Park, it cuts off the subject line before I saw the background check part, and it's like, oh, well, that's just obviously spam, and I didn't recognize the email address or anything, so I didn't do that one. So I didn't fill that one out until today, when my boss messaged me to ask me if I could check and make sure I did both of them, because one of them hadn't come back and they couldn't figure out why it hadn't come back in this long. So I did that today. So if it comes back tomorrow or Thursday before I guess they wanted me to start, I'll work then. If not, I guess maybe Friday or maybe next week. But it was like, you know, on the computer, I would have read the whole subject line, but on the phone, it was a long subject line with background check, like, way past it, and it's like, oh, well, that's just obvious, like, spam. It's like, it was worded exactly like a spam email would be. It's like, I'm not even gonna bother clicking on that. Yeah, I think I'll go do another loop of the trail. There's a whole bunch of people just looping around here jogging, because the phone's, you know, not making it look too bad. And so people are walking here. I guess they're just walking down the rocks. This trail circles around to there. I mean, it looks like it's made to be a trail. At least kind of. People walking here all the time. So I guess I'd do it too. Sweet shoe riding light novel titles, or at least, you know, I don't know. The one in the email I responded to had a good title that made it obvious what it was. The other one is just like, sounded like a freaking AI wrote it, or, you know, somebody that's trying to scam you. At least to me, but I'm like paranoid with emails about reading them, and then I just won't open them if they look like they're obvious spam. You know, that's what I did. I probably did read it. Yeah, probably so. And I ignored the AI email, which, you know, I normally would. But I guess I should maybe, I was checking my email a lot more last week to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I still missed something anyways. And like, you know, I didn't even think about, I found one and I didn't even imagine I'd have to do, like, I'd get 2 emails that, like, the place would do a background check on me also, not the place that I'm not working for. But I guess it does make sense if you're, you know, in their building. So I guess I had thought about it more. Maybe I wouldn't have missed it. But also this, I don't know. I don't expect to, so far with this hiring process, every single thing they've told me has basically not been right. Like, they'll tell me, like, oh, you'll get these emails later today. And then, like, 6 days later, they show up or whatever. So I've just, like, I've been looking for emails more, but I also, it's just plan on stuff not happening halfway. But anyway, it should be a nice job. Hopefully. My supervisor or manager seems like she'll be nice. It's just a giant company. They run all kinds of stuff, and it just seems to be like every other giant company where they're just like so huge or like unfunctional, just about. Like the hiring process is like borderline unfunctional. It seems like it takes them like 2 weeks to and that seemed to be because everybody's so overworked that it just took them 2 weeks to actually get to my information after all the other, people that they hadn't gotten to before me. So that's what I was saying. I'm not sure if I'm starting Thursday because it depends on when that happens, gets back. But, maybe start Thursday. Still a lot of people here for this late at night, but I mean, you still see how to walk around just fine. I don't know when the park actually closes, because I've stayed here before and there's people here like an hour after dark, because I think I've stayed here until probably almost at least 30 minutes after sunset. But it has street lights, like the parking lot's all lit and around the building. Hi, Ari. I'm good. How are you? You just get off work? Just about out of daylight, so I was about back at the car. Hope you've had an okay day. It's like pretty nice today. It was a little chilly, but like I haven't really gotten cold much at all walking. Well, I parked down there. It makes me wish I could have started earlier. I was gonna try to do like a long 3-hour hike or something, and then got tied up doing other stuff. Basically, I had to go fill out the stuff for that background check that I didn't last week, and then some other stuff. But it's warm enough today. Could go walk for 3 hours. Bad daylight. All right. So, Ari, check this out. So I'm wearing my bike gloves because they're the only pair of gloves I own that I don't have to take my gloves off to use my phone, to use either one of my phones. So I thought I'd see. They're not as warm as some of the ones I usually wear, but I don't have to take my glove off every few minutes to use my phone. So I thought I would try and see how they were, how they did. And I thought, well, I would rather have, it would be nice to have some, these actually aren't that uncomfortable. It'd be nice to have some without the padding's nice for riding a bike, but not as nice just wearing them. So I was thinking if these were great, I might go try to buy me some kind of like this, maybe a little bit warmer ones to wear when I'm just walking. But these kept my hands pretty warm. I might just wear these. They're fine today. They might be a little cold if it was way colder. But so far, yeah, I think they've kept my hands warmer than my other gloves, because I just haven't taken either glove off the entire stream. I started to take one off to get the keys out of my pocket, and then I figured out these were so thin I could still get my fingers in my pocket enough to get the keys out. Alright. You were smart to try the bike gloves. Well, I had thought about it, and then Meryl suggested also that I should try the bike gloves. And she's brought it up a few times. I think when we were actually... Last time I went on a walk with her recently, and I was planning on streaming, and then I ended up not, and we just hung out. And she was asking me then if I took the bike gloves, because I had to take my gloves off to use my phone. And so I've talked about it enough, had people thought about it, and had her suggest it that I finally remembered. Wait, I was wondering why my TTS stopped working. I thought that phone just disconnected. It was turned all the way down. How the heck did it get turned all the way down? Maybe it got pressed in my pocket, or the volume button, or maybe I was adjusting my headphones. Maybe I bumped one of them enough to turn it down and just didn't realize it. I've just been reading chat for the last like 15 minutes because my TTS stopped reading.
Video mode. Recording started. Wi-Fi is on.
I guess I'll drive a little ways down the road. And then end stream. Stream a little bit longer. Wait, I'm putting the phone in. I need to turn it upside down. I forgot. So I'll stream for like 10 more minutes or something while I'm driving and then stop, I think. And now the TTS is working, so I should be able to hear chat while driving. It's still a little light, and part of the drive's nice. It's just through the woods mostly. Wait, what? Pee-pee-hee-hee. I'm confused. Or not. Wait, what did I not get? I'm just confused. Oh, that's fine. Screaming Shiva, that sounds bad. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Now I understand. I was like, what? You're just trying to get PP to play on stream. Well, you just got me to say it like multiple times, so, you know, I guess you basically accomplished your... Yeah, I've had like the whole time I have aftershocks on. They like, you know, over ear ones, so you can still hear stuff around you, which is nice, because then if people try talking to me, or I'm like walking on a trail and someone comes by me in a bike or something, I'll hear it. But then I can hear TTS. They don't have quite as good a sound if you're listening to music, but they still sound pretty good. And you know, this is never-ending cars. At some point, that traffic light down the road is going to go red, I would hope. But I might just have to freaking like... I know, I don't... Yeah. No, I don't like that either. And you're like, there'll be people on trails and like I try to, well, it depends on the people. Some people will be walking along the side of the trail and they look like they're not, like, road bikers or joggers usually don't get over in the middle of the trail randomly unless they look and make sure there's no one coming by you. But the people that are like weaving around more, I try to at least make sure I tell them, you know, say like passing on your left or something. And like I've had people just like still go out in front of me. Yeah, I've had people that like it looked like I scared them when I went by them, like startled them, and I tried saying I was passing them, but like they had earbuds in or something, and I just couldn't hear me over the noise. Which is, I mean, their fault, music, where they can't hear stuff around them. But it still makes me feel bad. But yeah, it is irritating. Like, if you go on a trail, like most people, if they're just going by themselves, they have headphones or earbuds in. And you have to, like, hope they don't, you know, you don't freak them out, or they don't just like turn in front of you, because they can't hear you if you do try to talk to them. And I don't want to, you know, not hear people, so I wear like, you know, I had a bomb conduction aftershock headset. I just got these. I got them for Christmas, actually. My parents got them for me. They're earbuds, but they're ones that, like, they're aftershock, the same brand. These aren't bone conduction, but they're like open ear earbuds, which I didn't even know were made. I just went to Best Buy to go try to find stuff that I could put on a wish list or something that I might want for Christmas, so people would have ideas of what to get for me, and found these. So they're like really small. They're earbuds. They're not headphones that go all the way over your ears. Bone conduction, not bomb. There's like, you get bone conduction ones. They don't even go in your ear. They're like pressed on the side of your head, basically. And they kind of, I think how they work is they would just like vibrate and get the sound to your ear, like that way, like through your bones, kind of. It probably really did sound like it said bomb conduction, and you're just like, the heck? That's mostly what I said. They're aftershocks. That's the popular brand of bomb conduction headsets. These aren't bomb conduction, but they're open ear ones. So they just like, they're earbuds that they sit on top of my ear. They don't go down in your ear canal, so they don't really block any sound at all. And they, like, I guess have directional. They basically work the same way, as far as I know, as the index headphones work. Because those don't touch your ear either. And there's just, like, really directional sound that directs the sound into your ear. So these are like earbuds, basically, that do the same thing. I love those Index headphones, the ones that Index has, because you can play VR and get all sweaty, and then you don't have anything touching your ears or in your ears that gets all nasty and sweaty, and they still sound really good. These aren't as good as Index sound, but you know, still pretty good. I plan on it, yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is if I can get the frame to work with my full body, since it doesn't use lighthouses, and I have, you know, lighthouse trackers. But hopefully I'll be a way to get that to work. Other than that, I would love to have it. Like, it'd be really nice having a wireless headset. And my Index is like, you know, no, the only thing they did is announced it and just said early 2026. Yeah, those look really cool, but I probably won't get them either because they would work with the frame, I guess, but that's spending a lot of money on trackers. You're talking about the flux close trackers, when I already have like a lot of trackers. But my Index is like slowly dying. Something like that, I guess. A Valve. I mean, you'd think if they actually announced it already and said early 2026 that it's actually going to go on sale in the next like month or two. I was kind of thinking January, but this is basically the end of January, and they haven't announced. And I assume they hadn't announced the price, but I assume they won't announce the price until you can order it. Yeah, it would be nice to have, if those actually work as well as I've heard they work. No, I have a hard time. Mine don't really get included. I make sure I wear clothes that don't like get close to getting over them or anything. But it is hard to get them to track. And I've finally gotten mine where my right knee tracker doesn't constantly lose tracking, but I'll still have tracking mess up. Like last Beat Saber stream, I like turned around one time to talk to chat, and my hip tracker or something had floated up to like head height, and my freaking avatar was just like, you know, all contorted, floating around in the air, which would be nice to not happen. Also, welcome back, Gary. So it's like mine don't constantly glitch out, but I still have that happen. But I think the Flux Pose ones were supposed to be like $260, is I think what someone was saying on stream the other night for 3 of them. And that wouldn't track as well because I have 6 trackers. So I really would want to... No, I have 8 trackers. I don't even remember how many. So I would really ideally want to replace the 8 trackers with 8 trackers. If I don't want to like downgrade how the tracking looks. Like it'd be an upgrade for it not glitching out if those work that well, but downgrade for, you know, especially the elbow ones. I don't think the knee ones are that much nicer, but I really like having elbow trackers. Especially playing Beat Saber, it makes my elbows, just the swings look much more like my actual swings. And I've never even played VR chat since I've had this many trackers, but they'd probably be nice for VR chat. Last time I played VR chat, I had 3. But yeah, I'm planning on buying the Steam frame and hoping for the best, hoping there's a way to set it up for the road trackers. I was thinking about waiting, but they're probably going to go out of stock really fast. Where if you don't go try to buy one like in the first couple of hours, you're not going to get one for like 6 months or a year. So I'm probably just going to try it if I'm not at work or asleep or something where I can't order one. Try to buy one the first few hours and just hope by the time I actually get it that Valve has a way, or other people have figured out how to I was thinking, I saw somewhere that they were planning on trying to ship them to everywhere they sell the Steam Deck, or ship the Steam Deck to. I was thinking I saw that. I don't, that might not be true. I assume you can probably get Steam Deck in Australia. Which I think part of why they Alright, it's back. I forgot that I was only on one cell connection, and it stays up there if I'm on 3, but not on just one. Because they're all really bad, so it only barely stays up if it bonds them all together. Anyways, what I was saying is, I think if I remember right, they said on one interview that part of why they didn't roll the index out to more countries, and the countries that they did sooner, was because they were, they ended up being, like, they couldn't manufacture enough to even keep them in stock in the US and the countries they already had it selling at, so they just, like, didn't roll it out to more countries, because they were already couldn't manufacture enough. And they were kind of at a disadvantage of it to begin with, because if I remember right, some of the, I don't remember what parts, but if I remember right, some of the parts they used in the headset was the same stuff that like other companies used, and before they figured out the headset was going to be that popular, basically people had already bought up, other places had already bought up all the capacity, and it was just like one company that made it. So then they couldn't like increase capacity because they couldn't buy more parts to make like more headsets, other than just like the set amount that they had already like production rate that they had already bought. And it seems like with Steam Deck they don't have that problem. Like, they can just mass produce them. So, hopefully with a Steam frame, they'll be able to also. It gets dark there so soon? Yeah, it kind of does. Sunset was, I think, at like 5, a little after 5, so I guess 25 minutes ago. That was crazy. I'm used to it getting dark really fast here. Last week there was a couple days I went and spent 2 nights on the Olympic Peninsula, and over there it doesn't get dark near as fast. Like I think over there at 5:30 it was still pretty light. I figured I'd stop here and end stream and then drive the rest of the way home. But I figured it would be, about this light until here, so I'd go ahead and stream part of the drive. We hear there's mountains between me and the horizon. When I was on the Olympic Peninsula, I was like right over, like the place I stayed at was like 20 minutes from the coast. So then you just have the sun setting and just the ocean. And no mountains to block the sun or anything. Which I guess maybe it's like that where you're at also, Smokey. If there's no mountains, it's just flat. Ah, okay. Does Australia even have mountains? Like, I don't know that much about it, like I was saying earlier, but I didn't think it had mountains. If it does, I just don't know about them. I thought it was mostly just like oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, good night, Mr. Winnie Cat. I'll try to stream again tomorrow if I either walking again in the day if it doesn't rain all day, or try to play Beat Saber tomorrow evening. Yeah, it was nice talking to you again, Smokey. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Fish, and chatting. Oh, Saria should be on. I was trying to decide who I was going to raid, so I guess I'll raid Saria. Yeah. I forgot I was watching her stream before I went live. Yeah, it was nice talking to you again, Smokey. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day and everything. I see you every now and then on Steam, like, pop up where it says you're launching VR chat. And I'll be like, oh yeah, Smokey. Or what, like, you're one of the people I don't really talk to anymore, but I'll see you on Steam Friends. I have a lot of people on there like that now, like Beat Saber people that I don't really talk to anymore. I should probably get on VR chat sometime. Maybe I'd meet some of them there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was wondering if you had played Beat Saber any recently. I think the last time I'd seen you, I think you showed up like 6 months ago, sometime in the last 6 months of and when I was playing Beat Saber and said you had played a little bit. Need some recommendations for fun maps? Thanks for streaming, Meg. Hope you have a nice rest of your night. Yeah, hope you have a nice rest of your night too, Harry. Wait, do you like... Well, I mean, Alice has a new map. She mapped 1-800. That's really, really fun. So, you know, obviously people like back when you used to map. I say Alice because I used to think your maps and Alice maps were very dancey and kind of similar types of dancey. Or maybe just the most, like, flowy dance maps for the kind of dance I like doing. Maybe they're not that similar, but, I don't know if you'd like new tech. Most stuff is just tech now. Even the dancey stuff is kind of tech. But there's a lot of new mappers. There's still tons of really, really fun maps. I play more now than I used to, and it took me a long time to learn all the new mappers, and I still don't know all of them. But there's so much fun stuff that I can't play all of it. Like, so much fun stuff to play. But like for dancey stuff, I really like Alice's map still. She doesn't map as much as she used to. And then Bellis is really, really good. And Cassie has really fun dancey maps. All of Poland's maps. Yeah, I do also. They're like they're really fun tech. Do they even map anymore? I haven't played any of their maps recently, if they do, which is sad if I've been missing them. But I used to play more of them, and I thought they were really, really good. Tiku does dancey tech maps. They're really, really fun. They're like some of my favorite ones. And I really like Jonas's maps. They're techy and kind of dancey. Oh, and then Danny is really good if you like ACC or like just chill, not techy, kind of flowy maps. They're not like super, super dancey like most of them, at least not like dodge wall kind of dancey, but really chill and fun. I like all of Danny's maps also. There's a whole bunch more I'm sure I'm forgetting. Those are just the ones I'm thinking about right now. I found index knuckles work really well for techie angles, not so much for burr. I don't remember, what did you used to play on? Riff S or Quest? Yeah, index controllers are a little heavy for burr. They're like, the only thing else I've played with basically is Vive 1s. Index controllers are light compared to Vive 1s and nice. You played on Quest with claw grip? Oh, so I guess index controllers are really heavy compared to Quest with claw grip. Ads? No. Well, I should rate anyways, but I can snooze them. I'm just sitting here so I can use my tablet to actually get on. You can't snooze ads on the Twitch app, but if you go on desktop site, which you can use really easy on a tablet, you can snooze them. But yeah, I kind of thought going from like Vive 1s to index controllers, I kind of thought like tech and ACC was a lot easier on index controllers. It's like just a lot easier to be more accurate. But they didn't have twisty tech back when I played with Vive 1s like tech is now. Well, I could snooze the ads if I could get the site to load. I'm on my iPhone's Wi-Fi. It doesn't seem to be working. Snooze 2 or of 3. Interesting. So it auto snoozed one time. I wonder, maybe just because there's chatting going on? I don't know how it decides to auto snooze. Usually it won't even auto snooze for a raid. That's kind of funny. Yeah, a lot bigger, too difficult to not clap. That's true. I do clap a lot with index controllers. I'm always worried about clapping too hard and breaking the tracking rings or something. Like they don't look that, I've never broken mine. I've broken the plastic around like the buttons. One of mine is cracked all up and stuff, like that goes around the thumbstick and the buttons, but I've never actually broken anything structurally. But I've seen pictures of people breaking theirs, like the tracking rings off where they hook to the headset and stuff, and they're not like super thick and it's just plastic. So I've always been terrified of that, but I haven't ever actually broken one. Anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and raid. This makes me want to play Beat Saber. And I'm gonna go watch Saria, and that's gonna make me want to play Beat Saber also. I'm not addicted, I swear. Not addicted. I didn't, just play. I mean, I streamed 2 days ago, and then last night I played a little bit and recorded some YouTube videos. So I don't, definitely not addicted wanting to play 3 days in a row. Not at all. Yes, you are. I mean, maybe only slightly. Anyways, bye, Smokey. It was nice talking to you again. And bye, everyone else. Ooh. I'm logged in on this app now, so I can watch how the raid countdown timer works. Cool! Yeah, this streaming app, I said a few streams ago about it having a raid countdown timer, so it can actually tell, like, when the raid's gonna go off now and not just be talking and just get cut off in the middle. But the app had authenticated itself, is why I figured out it wasn't working. So now I get to see it. I started the raid, and it has a cool countdown timer. Yeah, bye, Smokey, Fish, Airy, Mr. Winniecat, anyone else? If anyone else is still here. I hope you all have a nice night, and I'll see you later. Maybe tomorrow. If I actually start my job Thursday, I probably won't stream Thursday or Friday. Assuming I work both those days, my two first days. But maybe Monday or something. If I don't tomorrow. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Trying to get there. All right, now I'm watching Saria. Yeah, I guess it's starting then. All right, bye.